back to another great episode on KOB TV, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am your host, Ken Johnson, and we are talking about wearing out your welcome. That's right. I dug a little deeper, and it appears that Abiy Ahmed stayed in power longer than his term. Somehow, some way, the I won't say the World Organization of Health or the World Health Organization, but we'll be more specific and say the guy who's behind the pandemic right now, and we all know who that is. I have redrawn the conclusion that Tigray could have been in the wrong. And we only speculated anyway. We didn't really conclude beyond speculation because, like I said, we were going to dig a little more. And this is an old article from June. If you look up there, it's June 10, 2020. Ethiopian MPs back extending Abiy's term after election delay. So basically, well, I'll read that a little bit to you. Addis Ababa. Ethiopian lawmakers on Wednesday approved a plan to keep Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in power beyond its current mandate, state media reported, after the coronavirus pandemic forced authorities to postpone elections planned for August. So he was supposed to come out of term and somebody else get elected, right? But that didn't happen, and that's sure to make people mad. The move by the House of Federation, the upper house of Parliament, drew a rebuke from opposition leaders who have accused Abiy of using the pandemic to artificially extend his time in office, and analysts warn of possible protests and boycotts. So yeah, basically, as you see, the upper house of Parliament, which is only a few people to pay off if you want to pay some people off, and the minority rules the majority. Basically, as I read on, the House of Federation has approved a decision to extend the term of all assemblies until international health institutions have deemed the threat from coronavirus to be over, the Ethiopian news agency reported. So there you have it. That's your answer. That's who controls the war, and that's who's controlling the war, and that's who initiated the war. If you read through that, that's the international health institutions. So until they tell you yay or nay, in other words, don't do anything. Don't do anything unless I tell you to do it, basically. And we know how that's going to go over here if we look there. You can just look into Ethiopia and see. There's no way I would suspect that you could use that to extend your term, but the parliament, which is a few people that can be paid off, can unanimously agree to something, and they did say all assemblies, and so they can be paid off to make a judgment call, and since they did, he stayed in power. And of course we know the opposition. It says once again, just to reiterate, The move by the House of Federation, the upper house of parliament, drew a rebuke from opposition leaders. And TPLF, we already know. That's the opposition leader. And yeah, so we didn't look back far enough to speculate on this new conclusion, because there's a new conclusion if the federal constitution, if the constitution has been usurped. So that's the main reason right there. Tigray got into it, and guess what Tigray did? Tigray said, screw you guys, we're going to hold elections. Because remember, we did a few episodes on Edo, in the Edo election, and Abasiki, and the other guy, whose name I don't remember now, but elections were being held during the same time as, you know, the fear of the pandemic was spreading, and the international agencies were laying down their law. So elections could have been held, but apparently he wanted to stay in power, and somehow they needed him to stay in power, because we found out also about the dam, the Nile River Dam, or the Grand Renaissance Dam. So there's a dam at play too that he needs to complete, that really affects tens of millions of people. So yeah, let's reconsider the stance or the conclusion based on the circumstantial evidence, because yeah, Tigray went ahead and had their election and elected officials, and the Prime Minister of Ethiopia sent the federales in because, of course, he was told to do so based on the international health institutions, until they have deemed the threat from coronavirus to be over. So he's not in control, as we can see. So if you think more, I also found out that that's the connection between Trump and the Prime Minister, is that this dam was causing conflict between Sudan and Egypt, and of course Ethiopia, and Donald Trump had to step in and, you know, issue threats of embargoes, tariffs, whatever threats they do, and to quell it so that they can come to an agreement. The Prime Minister received the Peace Prize in 2019, though. So this is when this was going on. This is last year. Now we are almost into 2021. So you're looking at a year and some change, a year and a half ago. So you really need to think about the fact that this dam was causing. Let's look at this dam. Let's see if we can look at this dam. Okay, yeah, we can look at it from here. Let's look at it from here first. If we look at it, we see, because we've been looking at the maps quite a lot, right, guys? And we know this is the Horn of Africa, and we recognize this area here, and Eritrea is here, so Tigray is here, and you're talking about waterways here. I know you guys see that now. So they didn't connect Tigray with the dam, but Tigray did bomb the dam. In a recent article I read, or it was claimed that Tigrayan forces bombed this dam, which is here. I'm pointing over here because this is Tigray. And so if they bomb the dam must be affecting them horribly. You have Sudan over here and Egypt here, which an agreement was drawn up that they be the only ones that actually control the water, which is insane. Again, remember guys, we're looking at it from a civilian, a militant standpoint. We're not really trying to engage into the politics. We're just looking at the substance of the scenarios and just using common sense and direct observation, which, and there we go again, it's going to generate a lot of power according to the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, and it'll do more good than not to have it there. Now, not to sidetrack you, as a matter of fact, let's go look at this last map. And it's pretty flat too, by the way. This is actually a satellite map. It's supposed to be a satellite map because I did go to the space agencies and find out that there are 5 prominent space agencies, and of course Africa has been in space for about 50 years now, and we only hear about grass huts and mud huts and war, like what's going on. So yeah, that's the latest news, is that the Prime Minister of Ethiopia extended his term based on the threat of the pandemic and not going ahead with election protocols as you should do. So that was a violation of the Constitution, the Federal Republic, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia, based on Tigray's claim. So Tigray is claiming that the federales are violating the Constitution. So the upper chamber, the upper house rather, violated the people, because the people stand on the Constitution just like we're supposed to do here. But if democracy doesn't, if it's not upheld, then all chaos will ensue. And that is what has happened. He's extended his stay. The opposition to TPLF and whatever other militias that may be with them are opposed to it, and they say that's going against democracy. And of course the Prime Minister said, screw you, I'm just going to kill you. Screw democracy. Well, according to what we've read now the conclusion is only it's circumstantial. So we're not going to solidify our conclusion. We're just going to draw a conclusion based on the information that we have, which could change. And which probably will change as we dig more and more, because Eritrea is still up there, and Tigray is saying Eritrea got involved, and they should not get involved, which leads to international laws being broke, bombing churches and schools and stuff. So it can actually get bigger now. The only other thing I see besides the waterways, like I said previously, is moving the people into Sudan, displacing people, and then you could better amalgamate, murder, kill, rape them, and change the basic ethnicity of the land over 1 or 2 generations. Yeah, after 20 years, you got your full-grown mixed, a whole bunch of full-grown mixed people who don't actually really have a heritage. They have a split heritage. Let's put it like that. So that's really about it, guys. I think we could wrap it up there. We kind of get a better idea of why Tigray shot at Eritrea, why they shot the dam, and why they attacked the federal army of Ethiopia, or the federales. And it's all because of one entity, or the international health institutions, which aren't the people, and really shouldn't have any say on if or not a person should stay in term or not. So kind of look at Ethiopia's conflict that's going on now and kind of relate it to what's going on here, although Trump is not trying to extend his stay based on illegalities. He's trying to extend his stay based on the legal framework of the law and the Constitution. So it's all about democracy. Once again, not about Democrats. Democracy. They are two different things, guys. So democracy really is what Tigray is trying to uphold based on the Constitution, the federal Constitution. And the Prime Minister is saying, no, I've got a stick up my butt, and it's being held by the international health institutions. So you guys are going to just have to deal with it. That's the new conclusion. Now, yes, it has turned into a drama. I failed to mention that, and I didn't know I had gone 17 minutes. I failed to mention that before they raided, and that's why communications were out and we really couldn't get an insight into Tigray, is because the federales, before they laid the heavy hand down, they took out all communications and then proceeded with the onslaught of the military. So yeah, I'm way over, guys. I really needed to wash it up, clean it up from the last evidence that we had, and really give you a better picture as the drama unfolds. So go ahead and like the video, share the video. If you are new, go ahead and subscribe. You know I can't do it without you guys. And I am out, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.